Fun fact, when I was first applying to colleges, Common Up asks you what country your parents are from. And it's in alphabetical order, so I'm scrolling, I get to the D section. Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Perfect. Not perfect. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea is North Korea. I'm pretty sure Virginia Commonwealth University actually got my application with that information on it, but no, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is North Korea, and South Korea, which is what I wanted, was just listed as Republic of Korea. Apparently, anyone can call themselves a democracy if they want. So what does it even mean? That the people vote for their leaders and a majority wins? Then sure, North Korea is a democracy. Kim Jong-un's on the ballot every year, and a majority of people vote for him. But obviously, democracy is more than that. According to the Economist Democracy Index, our democracy can be measured by the quality of our political participation, civil liberties, electoral functioning, political process, and political culture. Also, according to the Economist Democracy Index, the US is not in the top 10 best democracies worldwide. It's not even in the top 20. South Korea is a full democracy. The United States is a flawed one. In 2016, South Korea's president was found guilty of corruption. And so she was ousted, she was impeached, removed, went to prison. Whereas in 2016, in the oh-so-progressive United States, we had just elected a president who would later face 91 felony counts and still have a chance at winning the 2024 election. Now, there are a lot of differences between South Korea and the United States, be it the sheer size difference, cultural traditions, but I believe a core difference between their full democracy and our flawed one is who makes up our population. 96% of South Korea is ethnically homogenous. I don't think I need to pull out a number to show you that that's not true for the US. Everyone in the United States is so different, and that's something we should celebrate. But instead of caring about what makes others different and being curious about their experiences, we look away. Everyone's special, everyone's unique. Let's show everyone why I stand out, why I'm unique. This is where I was born, this is how I was raised, this is what my parents taught me, this is what I think is right, this is what's moral. How can you possibly think that that's acceptable? You are there and I am here. If you are not right here with me, you are wrong. Our democracy is flawed, largely because of this habit of othering that we all have. Our political climate is tense because everyone is so confident that they are right. Our political climate is tense because everyone is entrenched in their groups and their tribes. Identity politics plays a large part in how people vote for their representatives. We don't have political opponents anymore. We have personal ones. We make assumptions about other people, consider them the other if their views don't quite align with ours. This othering has made us unkind to the interests of others, and we are not much of a community anymore, let alone a democracy. Now, I'm sure an ethnically heterogeneous population is not the only reason as to why our democracy seems to be crumbling and why every presidential election seems to be about choosing the lesser of two evils every 4 years. But I think when it comes to our political culture being a reason as to why our democracy is flawed, it's because we are so used to antagonizing and being antagonized. Every new headline is another thing we read, repost, ridicule others for. That's the world we're living in right now. But imagine a world we're a little more patient with each other. Someone thinks you're giving the worst takes in class. But instead of talking over you, they listen, they raise their hand, and they ask you a question about what you think. Someone asks you what you think about a current event, and you're allowed to say that you don't know quite yet. You're allowed to say the wrong thing sometimes. You are allowed to be wrong sometimes. You are allowed to be taught by someone other than your professors. You are part of a community of people. You are part of a good democracy. But look at us. Right now, many of you may believe you're one of the smartest people in the room. Maybe not the smartest, but definitely in the upper percentiles. I've seen the marriage pact statistics. It happens every year. This year, 3% of students said that they were in the 99th percentile when asked if they were smarter than most kids at Amherst. You might think that because you go to a smart college that makes you smart. And sure, we can give ourselves a pat on the back that we go here. But also remember, you go to a smart college. And there are 2,000 other smart people that are just as capable of being right as you are. Listen. And learn from the smart people in this community. Your classmates have good things to say in class. Your political opponents have good points to raise. You can always be more patient and more empowering of others. Democracy is strengthened when we stop focusing so much on the me and focus on the we. We form a community when we listen to what someone else believes, instead of trying to preach to them, this is what I believe. And this is a hard habit, but it's a habit we need to practice if we care about preserving our community and bettering our democracy. A patient community makes a good democracy. It starts with reading the news and waiting a beat before we post and comment and argue with others. We don't need to respond to everything right away. Give yourself the time to think and be patient. You practice this habit when you take a breath and remember that you are just as fallible as everyone else, and that's okay. But hey, according to Virginia Commonwealth University, I'm just someone from North Korea giving a 6-minute speech on democracy. Thank you for being patient.